Hey you guys, AntVenom here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I want to show you guys a stripped down version of the automatic melon farm that I built in my peaceful map. Now for those of you who are unaware of what this device is, be sure to check the link in the description below, because there's going to be a video linked in the description there that is going to allow you to understand this device and exactly why I'm making this video. Because for those of you who did end up seeing the video, you know that this device was very much concealed in the ground, and it was a little bit hard to follow exactly how the device really ended up working. And I thought I would go ahead and make this tutorial here today just to give you guys an idea of how it works and the thought process that went into, you know, me designing this. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead. I am going to launch right into it here. So for those of you who remember my garden in my peaceful map, you would know that prior to having an automatic melon farm, I actually had just plain old wheat. And I decided when the 1.1 update came around and melons could start growing on grass and dirt, that I wanted to make something automatic using that. So I decided to convert the garden that I had in my peaceful map over to an automatic melon farm. And I knew that when I was making this, what I wanted to do is I wanted to run it on the 5-minute timer that I had for my sugarcane farm. So I decided just to rig it up just like this. So this with the cyan wool here is basically just the 5-minute timing system. Essentially what this dispenser does is, well, I have to manually place the first piece of cobblestone right there myself, but this dispenser, once this whole loop starts, will dispense out a block onto this pressure plate. And like I said, just note where the cyan wool is. It'll power this redstone line beneath it, which will power this torch whenever this actually gets turned off. So let me go ahead and let me jump off of the, let me collect this here, and then very quickly. So yeah, you can see the torch turned on there, and it automatically fires another item out. And the reason why it's a 5-minute timing system is because items will remain an entity that can be picked up for 5 minutes before automatically disappearing. And, you know, the whole cycle starts once again. So once again, when the power comes off from this line, as you can see, this torch is off right here. Whenever I have the kill switch set to up, when it's automatic, and I'll explain that here in just a second, the redstone torches will all light up sequentially. So this one will turn on, this one will turn off, this one on, off, and on. So when this one turns on, it'll turn on this entire line, and it will power all of these pistons. Now the way I have these pistons set up, and I'll only explain one side because they're set up completely identically, is that I have each of these repeaters set on a 3-tick, at least on this side. And the reason why I have this set up just like this is because I wanted every single piston to fire at the exact same time. And I knew that, you know, with a piece of redstone power starting here, it would be way more than 15 blocks to get all the way around to the other side right here. So I decided to just opt for making the machine a tiny little bit slower. So as you can see on this side right here where the redstone reaches first, it is 3 ticks, and then right here it's also 3 ticks because I was able to reach the line all the way out. But as you can see right here, I set down a repeater which is set to 1 tick, and then these ones right here are set to 2 ticks. So in total it still takes 3 ticks for the signal to get from there to these pistons right here, these 3. And then I did the same thing right here. There's a 1-tick repeater right here, and all of these repeaters are 1 tick, which fires off these 4 pistons right here. So in order for a redstone signal to get to these repeaters, it has to go through a grand total of 1, 2, 3 ticks. So with every single repeater, or with every single piston, you know, set to fire off at the exact same time, you get a really clean looking effect from the whole machine. And when I decide to turn off the kill switch down there, you guys will be able to see this in action. And speaking of the kill switch, I should probably explain that because a lot of people were confused with that as well. So as you can see on the red wool down here, I actually have a switch and a button that interact with the machine in ways that I wanted to have some control over the machine rather than it always destroying the melons. Because I personally like having a full farm. Like, I don't really use melons that often, but I feel like with the 2.5 stacks of melons you actually get from all of these, you really only need to hit the button once. But I did want to have that 5-minute option there, just because I'm sort of like I'm like a perfectionist when it comes to redstone. If I can do it, I try and do it. So what's going on here is, like I said, there's a button and there's a switch here, and this switch is powering this line right here. So if this is off, and then when this redstone line turns off as a result of this dispenser, well, as a result of this item disappearing, both of these will turn off and this will turn on. And like I said before, we'll fire all of these torches sequentially. But if I have this switch set, it forces this line to remain off. So let me go ahead and let me get some redstone into my inventory here. And let me destroy this one. As you can see, even though that there's no longer any sort of signal coming from the repeater, from the dispenser system itself, the stuff has not fired up there. And if I go ahead and I turn off the switch, just pay attention to that torch right there. It's no longer receiving any power on this line, and this torch is able to turn on. So let me go ahead and let me turn that back off. There we go. And then if I go up here, as you heard, all of the pistons fired, and there are an absolute ton of melons. Let me go ahead and, well, let me place a few of them, I mean, just for the sake of example. So anyways, moving on here. The switch that's right above it is basically the forced harvest button, and this can be used regardless of if the kill switch is on or not. Actually, I'm not sure if that's too true. Let me see here. No, okay, no, it's not true. The only time it can't be used is in the split second that it's actually already harvesting, because for whatever reason, or actually not for whatever reason, when this torch is powered, it powers this block and powers this redstone line out in the other direction. But like I said, it only happens for like a split second, you know, just like that. So when I hit this button here, it will force all of these to harvest. And the reason why it works is because it's not being affected by this switch that's down here, because this redstone line is starting on this torch right here. So if I hit the button, as you could hear, all of the pistons got fired, and the remaining melons that I had right here are now ready for harvest. So yeah, and as well, if you guys ended up seeing the original garden, I actually had the water in the middle here, but I thought it was a little bit more elegant because given that there is a walkway that's actually going over this, I found it to be a little bit more elegant just to do it this way, because the water's nice and hidden, the garden looks very flush, very nice, with the exception of the fact that there's a lot of dirt and grass mixtures going on right now. But like I said before, you know, this right here is typically always grown, because like I said, I don't like having it fire off constantly. I just wanted that possibility to be there. So yeah, before I go ending off the video, I'll go ahead and I'll demo it one more time here. So let me go ahead and, okay, so with the kill switch turned to up, it'll now work automatically. So just pay attention to the fact that there's all these melons right here. So when this item finally disappears, so just pretend like the item disappeared, and then if I get off this pressure plate, it'll unrelease. There we go, and then it fires everything off. The redstone signal climbs the entire stack, and everything is nice and happy. And I'll go ahead and I'll place a few more, and I'll show you guys what happens on the top side. So again, the item disappears. There we go, and as you can see, every single one of them went off at the exact same tick. Oh god, I love that. So anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to download the quote-unquote naked version of this device, be sure to check the link in the description below as well, because I'm going to provide a download link, you know, for you guys to be able to download this map that I'm actually using right now. So you're going to be able to get everything that you guys are seeing right here. I'm probably going to pick up all the melons, though, just so I don't have to worry about them being on the ground for you when you download the map. So anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.